Nice to meet you.
Okay, it's 7 o'clock. I'd like to call this meeting to order, May 28th, 2024. We'll have the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay, council, we do have a quorum. Mike is still at work, so we called to say that he would not be here. With that being said, later on we will excuse or not excuse. And I would like to amend the agenda under unfinished business. Item C, the wastewater treatment plant biosolid trailer quote.
Is that unfinished or new?
Unfinished. So if no objections, we'll go into the approval.
I wanted to add something. I would like to speak under unfinished business also for training. And I noticed that Mr. Dworshak is again on the agenda, and respectfully, I'm asking that you wait until the end when the rest of the citizens, sign up and do that so that we can finish with our regular business first.
The reason why I'm on the agenda under new business
Okay.
is the simple fact that it may extend beyond 4 minutes.
Okay, so when you just go on there and you say to address the council, can you please give a description of what it is that you wish to talk about if you're going to take more than 4 minutes? So we have a heads up.
Commentary from the last meeting.
I think that would probably wait until the end, and 4
Pardon?
minutes will probably be more than enough.
Oh, what happens if it isn't?
Well, we'll see at the end of 4 minutes, I guess. The
Pardon?
council can choose to give you more time.
Well,
Is everyone in agreement with that?
Wait till the end of the meeting. I'm fine with that.
and
Thank you.
any subject can be part of the agenda as well, so. Are we okay with that?
Yep.
Are we okay with that?
Yep.
Okay. Approval of April 23rd, 2024 regular meeting minutes.
All right, so we were once again given 6 pages of he said, she said. And I know that at the beginning of the year I was pretty clear, and the council agreed with me, that this is not supposed to be this person said that, this person said the other. It's supposed to be the work that was done at the meeting. Word for word, like I said at the last meeting, seems like something that someone would use in a lawsuit, and it was a waste of hours of our clerk's time to type everything that everybody said. How many times did she watch the video and go back and have to retype it? I mean, this is not appropriate for council minutes.
This is the.
If she was, well, I don't have a revised one, so I went and revised this one because you sent me the same one back.
With strikeouts.
Just a few scratch outs, but
Okay.
there's a ton that's not.
Okay.
The whole conversation doesn't need to be, we're not doing a play.
No.
Why didn't I get that in my packet?
I get one.
Did you get one either? No. I got one. And the other one. That's the other one. Maybe it's the other one.
one in Robert's hand is the revised one.
Okay.
That's the revised one
Oh, yes.
with the strikeouts.
These are,
I'm talking April 23rd.
Yeah,
This was 14th. I'm going, wait a minute.
Jim, take that back.
Yes.
That's a wrong meeting.
Jim, pay attention.
Okay, we're gonna focus on the April 23rd.
23rd.
Okay,
I took the April 23rd minutes that I gave you at the last meeting, and I made some revisions, and you should have the revised one in your packet.
I have a few lines struck out.
Right. And if
Just
that
a few.
doesn't meet approval, then I was going to ask for your help in editing what you wanted. What I left in there was what I thought needed to be in there as business done, and what was said as legal wording.
Okay.
So I was going to respectfully ask for your help in what you need in the minutes. Because
So-
obviously I don't know what you're requesting.
This will take an awful long time here for a meeting tonight. So if we could bring this back to the next meeting, and I'll come to the office and show you what I have.
oh, well, do you have your notes tonight?
I do.
Do you want to? Oh, then make copies of that so that we can give to the rest of the council.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, late, all right. Okay, so that, let's see, approval of May 14, 2024 meeting minutes.
make a motion to approve. Second.
Okay, moved and seconded to approve May 14, 2024 regular meeting minutes. All in favor, say aye. And any opposed? Motion carries. Okay, so,
Shouldn't you guys
Say-
table the minutes or something? You need to either make a motion or table those May 23rd minutes for further whatever.
It's been tabled.
It was tabled?
Yes.
Oh,
Well, that was my
sorry.
intent.
I know, I didn't hear
Okay.
it, so I wanted to make sure.
okay, we're going to
So she just wrote
excuse
down that
or
you
not
tabled it when
excuse
you
my-
didn't.
Okay.
Yeah.
So,
I know it's the busy season right now.
all right, so that is, all in favor of excusing Mike for tonight?
Right.
Robert made a motion to excuse me.
Second.
Okay.
There you go.
Thank you.
All right, so all in favor, say aye.
Hold on. Oh, go ahead. We'll approve, but I might make a motion to correct. It's okay. You already
All we're
responded.
doing is Mike right now.
Oh, okay, sorry.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
And any opposed? No. Okay, now, Jamie.
Okay, under item B, Mr. Vanderholm asked for approval to start a water schedule for the football field that included watering every day for 2 weeks. It was every day for a month. Do you have something written from him?
It was 2 weeks for 10 minutes and then moving to 3 weeks a day for 40 minutes a station.
3 times?
Yes, we have it. I have it in an email. I
And it
asked him
said just
to
the 2
restate
weeks.
it, yes.
Okay, because previously we've been spoken about for a month, so I was just double checking.
Yeah, I asked him to confirm, and I have it in an email, the confirmation of what his plan was.
Okay, and then when are they starting that? Did you share that with?
He didn't give us a start date.
Yeah, he said that fall season was over in another week or so, and so I don't imagine they'll probably start the schools out. Okay,
Do you request that to be known? Do you request that to be known?
no, that's all right.
Okay, anything else?
That was it.
Motion was made and seconded.
So I need to vote?
Yeah.
Okay,
Robert made the motion, Jim seconded to approve the May 14th minutes.
and then the clarification. Okay,
Yes.
all in favor of May 14th approval?
Aye.
Aye.
And any opposed? Motion carries. Okay, I think that's it, right? Unfinished business, item A, Department of Retirement with ordinance 2405. It is your yellow sheet, council. And I'm going to turn the floor over to Barbara.
For the record, it needs to be stated, you have the sheet in your file. But it was stated at the last meeting on May 14th that the Department of Retirement, or DOR, premiums were not filed nor paid correctly since 2008. And due to this error, the current amount owed is $17,475.99, which is incurring late fees at this time. To date, the penalties incurred are approximately $1,400. This is what led us to ordinance 2405, which was re-amending the 2024 budget that you tabled at the last meeting. So we need to decide on ordinance 2405. Besides deciding on how to pay the $17,475.99, we all need to remember that there is still another $26,000 plus that is still yet to be filed in correction reports with the DOR and any finance charges that will incur that need to be paid as well. I have been given an opportunity to come up with a quote payment plan, end quote, of sorts for the $26,000 to present it to the DOR, and I'm asking for your input on this. Please keep in mind that this amount needs to be paid sooner rather than later, as in by the end of November of this year, 2024. I need to present this plan to the Department of Retirement by the 31st or the end of this week.
Why did it take so long for them to figure this out? So that we're so deep in the hole?
The review was just done.
I got that, but why did it take them so long to do this review? You think that every so often, every so many years they would do the review?
But they just told us it was a new thing that they just started doing.
Oh, that's handy.
Yeah.
Well, so why aren't we grandfathered in?
That's a good question. Where are we grandfathered in? Did you mention that to them?
No.
Might be a,
You said
So the town's undead.
17,000.
Oh, you got an old one. You should have a new one in your folder because we caught that number was wrong. You should have a new one, which is yellow.
Yellow.
In the new paperwork I gave you this evening.
This way,
Did you not get the new one?
Barbara, do you remember who showed the DOR?
I've talked to several different people. Christy Evans is the one that did the review. She would be the one that, for questions, that is who I go to and ask questions. As for grandfathering in, I have no clue. They're focusing on small towns to make sure we're complying with all the laws. And it turns out that we were not complying with all the laws.
may I ask if our town's consultant, Mr. Pasuti, is he one of the people?
Yes.
So Mr. Pasuti was never expected to work more than 70 hours in a month. And there is on the second page of that form, you don't have to offer retirement to them if they're not expected to work 70 hours in a month. Could you check into that?
Of what form?
The form for retirement and stuff.
Okay, with the projects that we've had over the years, he has worked over 70 hours in a month, which is why he was flagged, because he has worked over.
Even though he was working for the project and not directly for the town, he was overseeing the project.
And the town
And he
paid
was
him
paid by the project.
by the town. That's the problem. The town paid him regardless of what he was doing. The town paid his salary. So due to the town paying him, the town is responsible for the work he did.
He told me flat out when I was doing payroll that he was on contract and I was only to pay L&I on him. He flat out said that to me when I was brand new doing payroll. So something's not adding up here. And nobody ever required Joe to come for more than 72 hours every single month until Paula got mayor. Jamie didn't use him that much.
This is dating back to 2014, 2008. This goes clear back to when he was hired. I don't have all the
And he
paperwork
told me
with
flat out he was on contract when I was the employee, when I was clerk treasurer.
But he was still paid by the town. We had to report the hours he worked that the town paid him for, regardless of contract. He was an employee of the town.
I think
Monge is
I
under
think that
contract.
you guys need to talk to Department of Retirement quite a bit about this.
I already have.
I
I've
don't,
spent
well, if
hours
you
with
didn't
the
ask about the grandfathered in,
about Joe Pasuti. Joe Pasuti himself contacted the Department of Retirement, and we spent hours with them about this. And I spent hours with Department of Retirement.
Could you
Trust
ask
me,
them?
I have tried, I've worked around this.
Well, we're just trying to give other ideas because
Yeah.
it just doesn't sound right.
Right.
And it's
And we-
really unfair to come back from 2008
And
and do it.
we have expressed that as well from the get-go. And
They don't care.
pretty much. Okay, so we've had our conversation, so now how are you gonna pay for it? And it's like,
The 17,000 does not include Joe Pasuti.
What?
The 26,000 includes Joe Pasuti.
so every other town does exactly what Lynn was doing. I checked with several other towns, so I just
I
don't.
didn't say every other town is doing exactly what Penn is doing. I
I called them and found
Denise,
out.
Thank you for your input.
And you guys need to
Thank
do
you for
more
your input.
investigation before you make any payments to
Thank you for
Department of
your
Retirement.
input, Denise.
We now currently owe the Department of Retirement $17,000 for a report that has already been filed. The report's been filed with the
Well,
Department of
reports can
Retirement.
be corrected.
That's what we're doing.
That's what we're working on.
You sent a text to us, or not a text, an email to us that said that the penalties were $700 or $170, something like that, very small.
Right, that's what I
$70.
was told by somebody with Department of Retirement, that it's a 12% annual something or another. When I went on the Department of Retirement site, it was a different number. I don't understand why one person told me $170, and I think that was the penalty. The interest is $1,000.
So, council, what other questions would you like to present to the Department of Retirement other than why?
So I'm confused, we have to pay 26,000 or 17?
Both,
Both.
right now,
Sorry, the $26,000 plus, it's actually more than 26,000, I rounded it down. The 26,000 is reports that have not currently been filed. I was told that if I don't present a payment plan to them by the end of this week, they will just take the correction reports that are in the system that I had to, for our review. We had 60 days to finish our corrections. So our 60 days is due, what did I say? June 15th, June 16th. June 16th is our 60-day deadline for the corrections. So I have a piece of paper that has to be signed that saying that we've complied with their findings in the Department of Review, or Department of Retirement Review. Their findings were that I had to do these correction reports, and I had to go back based on current employees only. I didn't have to go into the files and dig up all the past employees, just the current employees. That's what they were reviewing. So the current employees, I went and found all the payroll records for who has not been filed under Department of Retirement. created the correction reports. There were a couple people that have opted in during their time of employment, and I did those first because that's who they were tagging as immediate. That's where the 17,000 comes into play. Then the other ones were ones that have been currently employed but have not opted into retirement at all. And I created 2 different reports. That does include Joe Pizzuti. And they have not been filed yet, but they're created in the system. That's how I got the $26,000 amount. I was told that, I told them, this is gonna bankrupt the town. We don't have the funds, it's not budgeted for, it's not fair.
Yeah.
You're taking us clear back into years that, that it's just not fair. How can we do this? She said, come up with a payment plan, file these reports a little bit at a time, tell me what your payment plan is so I can present it to my people to approve it so that we can get it in your correction report so that you can sign the paperwork, the certificate of corrections is what it's called, by the 16th of June.
Okay.
So that's why I was saying that I would like input by the end of the week to figure out how to come up with a payment plan for the $26,000, because unfortunately the $17,000 was already filed. There's nothing I can do about that. It is a correction report. Corrections have been made to it. They have reviewed it. They have accepted it. Unfortunately, there's not much I can do about that. I've talked to them. They do not accept payment plans. They said that basically once we file a report, that means we should have the money to pay it.
Okay, so this is monies the town should have paid into Department of Retirement,
Correct.
period. Okay, you said something at the last meeting that the employees actually have to pay into it also?
The Department of Retirement is, part of it is deducted out of an employee, and a bigger part of it is deducted out of town. It's our benefits. So an employee is responsible for, I'm going to throw numbers out. Don't quote me on these numbers, but like an employee pays like 40% and the town pays 60%. Just as an example.
Are these employees gonna have to make up money also?
Yes. So letters have been sent to the affected employees.
And they have the same time frame as us?
They have to do a payment plan as well with the town. They're not required to pay the Department of Retirement, they're required to pay the town. So they're given a little bit more leeway. If the town is willing to accept a payment plan, but the town.
Why is the
doesn't have
town
leeway with
responsible for
Department
the
of
employees'
Retirement.
part? The town isn't responsible for the employees' part.
The town is responsible to the Department of Retirement for all of it up front.
So that's what the 17 and the 26 are.
Yes.
And then the employees will pay back their, say, 40% like you were.
Out of the 17, the 26,000 is pure town. There's no employee contribution out of that 26.
So they screwed up again.
Oh, we all screwed up.
The town, the clerks over the years, it was miscommunication, misunderstanding. I don't know exactly what happened with past clerks, but this goes back to
2008.
at least to 2008. That's as far back as I went. I didn't go back any further.
That's when Joe was hired by Larry Cook.
The thing is, council, Barbara has been working on the phone, on the computer with the Department of Retirement under their guidance in order to do these reviews and these complaints or comments as they come to head. And I don't know.
And
At first, you were with 3 different people.
Yeah.
And I said, no, let's try and get them to focus with one person so that we get the same story from the one person. And so that's where we are now. We've got the one person that is assisting and pretty much getting the same story all along.
Has this been presented to the attorney as far as anything that we can do? I mean, is there anything legal that we can do?
It's whatever the Department of Retirement is telling us. If you want me to present it to the attorney to have his input, I can. He will probably say, it's the Department of Retirement and. Oh, okay.
Do you guys have a list of, the paperwork showing these amounts?
No.
Or any emails or anything? So they're just quoting these numbers?
I can show you the past due notice from.
I
the
think
Department
they
of
should,
Retirement.
speak to the Department of Retirement themselves.
That's not.
This is the past due notice from the Department of Retirement, Robert.
Oh, thank you.
If it goes back to 2008, why didn't they do that from day one?
I'm sorry, what was the question?
Okay, if we're going back to 2008, why didn't they go back, why didn't they do this all along? Otherwise, you wouldn't have the 17,000
Part of the issue,
and the
part of the issue,
26,000.
part of the issue, I can vouch, part of the issue when I was hired, even as a full-time employee, I was told when I was hired that it was optional to join Department of Retirement.
Oh.
By who?
Previous clerks.
Previous clerks it was what was in my packet.
I thought she was
Yes.
gone before you
It
got
was
there.
in the packet, the employee packet. It was an optional thing in the packet. Other workers have been told the same thing.
Is it old paperwork? Is that the problem?
full-time.
I believe so. Peggy Wills told me that she was told it was optional to become a Department of Retirement when she was hired.
So is that,
She was just a sub when she was
Well,
first hired.
no, and Robert just said, so is he.
mind you, I did have to pay 130, I think it was. Voice share.
Oh.
Yeah, people have been told it was optional, and it was part of the employee packet that you can opt in to Department of Retirement. And so that's been the problem. People haven't wanted to pay Department of Retirement. So we're now discovering that it's a requirement, not an optional thing. So that is where this is coming from.
$26, 26,000 and
It
17,000.
has to
So, what do you want to do?
So, does anybody have any suggestions, for the ordinance, any options on payments on how to handle this?
Well, it seems like nothing that anybody knew to plan for, so there's no money put aside in the budget for it. But we did receive American Rescue Plan assistance.
Which is completely designated for waters for the wells.
In the water system, in the
Right.
water part.
For the
Well, then,
wells.
I think we need to transfer this money from that line item into the benefits line for the water operator.
I don't think that.
Once I designated in the ARPA funding report.
Well, we only have till the end of this year to use that money. It expires at the end of this year.
No,
and we have to
it's
return it.
obligated. At the end of this year, we have till 2026 to use it.
That's not what I read.
It's obligated by December 31st.
Well, then where do you think we can come up with that? I mean, this was to help the town. This was money given back years ago to help the town. And the town right now is finding out this mistake over the years, and it's a huge lump sum.
Right.
Why can't we redesignate a portion of it to help the town?
Because it doesn't fall under the ARPA guidelines.
ARPA doesn't give you any guidelines.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, it does, it's very strict.
It's very strict how?
In the guidelines, it has a huge book that's like this thick of guidelines of what you can use the money for. And like pension plans, it's not allowed for. And, I don't have. the
These are
guidelines
audit
with me.
costs. Costs from an audit.
I don't.
Don't use them.
But this isn't an audit cost, this is employee cost, town of Lynn employee
And so
benefits.
none of the ARPA money could be used to pay town employees? Couldn't be put in any of the employee funds?
Reimbursement for, school,
That's all.
I believe that is. I, without looking into it, Jamie, I honestly don't know. But the ARPA funding has been designated for water, specifically for wells. And that's, the report for ARPA has been filed for 2 years stating that. And without contacting
I have the
someone
letter at
in the
home,
higher
Jamie. I'll give you
people,
a
I don't
copy
know
of what it
if we can
says.
Transfer out of ARPA.
I don't know why they don't offer you a copy of the original letter. I have it at home. I'll give it to the council myself.
ARPA funding has changed over the last couple of years since we received the original letter.
They can't do that.
Yes, they can.
It's like chicken.
This is going, but one could be nickel and dime after it was done, but what about the code enforcement money? And through as needed,
Get that, that's already COVID money.
well, she's talking about reality.
See, at the end of that, yeah.
No, I was just making an idea.
I know what you're saying, but well, it's enough anyway.
Well, the new proposed ordinance 2405 was to use the code enforcement salary, I guess, benefits to help out with the 17,000. Is it 15? This is 15. That would be a big chunk that is already in the budget, but reallocate it to pay for the retirement.
Well, that's obvious, so we just don't be paid whatever.
How much do we owe on the Quail Run project? Have you got money set aside for that? How much is set aside for the Quail Run project? That's coming out of the townspeople's money. Maybe that needs to be dropped.
Too bad we could use the utility deposit fund for something.
That water line up there is that big.
I know, I know.
Whale Loop is $118,000 and it is in the 24 budget.
That's what the townspeople are paying for the Quail Loop
That's the
project?
one. That's the one.
London has asked you to auction off some of our properties, Paula. Have you looked into that? London, you had a guess on how much was that? Maybe 50,000 we could get for auction stuff?
No, not that much.
How much? Like 10, 15,
You can
20?
get only what you can get. You can ask, but
Well-
you're only gonna get so much.
How about if you start the auction process, like he's asked you several times? And get what money we can from there and then figure out what else we can do.
The problem is that'll take time and we need to pay.
Barbara, I've
$17,000.
done it before and you
Okay,
always
we're not
make
gonna go around and
excuses.
around. We've got-
I am
We need
going
it right now,
around.
please.
Excuse me.
You
We've
can
got
get it
800
in a
and
couple
your
of weeks.
lips are moving and not listening.
Yes, ma'am.
844,825 is the grant part. So that's for the Quail do a lot, but we are in a, I don't know, pinch, I guess, of this Department of Retirement kind of not giving a leeway to us.
We get someone in, like Barbara said, if we pay that, times on the verge of bankruptcy. So can't we have someone?
We're not in bankruptcy. It's just,
No, I said this, I told them this would put us into bankruptcy, trying to, wah. This isn't putting us into bankruptcy. I was trying to go wah. I was, we're not in bankruptcy. We just deposited, this month, we've already deposited $103,000.
So you just lied to a government
oh
department.
my gosh.
I overfed the truth. Yes, yeah.
And that makes them want to work with you.
Excuse me, I have a council member asking a question.
Mhm.
Isn't that possible we can get some help from that, from different cause, being that was their fault? Let them bail us out kind of thing?
We kind of tried that angle. It's not that we're rolling over and accepting this. We have tried different alleys, different whatevers. But they pretty much have no sympathy for us because it was quote unquote our error and lo and behold, they found our error years behind, after the fact. And so I don't know, it would be nice to know what other towns or cities or big, Seattle doing the same thing. But all we care about is land.
We don't, we pay one way or the other, it's going to get bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger.
Well, and that's the thing is, they tack on the penalties from the get-go, and it's like, oh, wait a minute. You're gonna penalize us just because we are scrounging, trying to find the money to pay? But like your note says, the penalties incurred are approximately $1,400 now on this. So, and that's why we presenting this new ordinance 2405 to use that money that is from the quote code enforcement line that's already in the budget.
I have a question on the budget. Under finance, there's $7,000 for miscellaneous expense and $3,000 for administrative expense. What are those exactly intended for? Or are they just a cushion?
But they're used for,
page 2.
they have been used for, I gotta think, because I don't have that paperwork with me. Food stipend, administrative expense, food stipend, safety equipment.
Wouldn't that be under the different departments under water and sewer?
Yeah.
Not when it's for safety equipment, like for the office, like cameras, we have, I get the two of them mixed up, which goes with which account, but between the two of them, we have security cameras, we have, food stipend, we have,
Computer updates.
computer updates, we have administrative expense, we have Ferguson,
Wouldn't computer updates be under professional services?
Yeah, you think.
no, Ferguson would be under professional services, which is what uses that whole thing up,
Ferguson,
which is our
the water
Kelly Connect.
meters, Ferguson?
Yes, Ferguson is our water meters. We have Kelly Connect, which is our office supplies, and we get like batteries for our security cameras. And our that's right, we have rent with our copier and
You have
rent.
5,000 for service agreements? Are you there?
Without being able to look specific, I can't give you real specific. I have it on a different budget position. Unfortunately, that budget position. I was worried you were gonna ask that question, and I have it on the back of a budget position, but I left that. I'm sorry.
How much, they were gonna raise attorney fees up to 45 or something.
No.
What's attorney fees?
It was 12,000.
Can you take anything out of that?
We could pick apart different things. Do you currently have what we've used in the 2 line items I talked about, the miscellaneous and the administrative?
Miscellaneous expense has 4,000 available, and administrative has 2,000 available.
So,
This is before I paid bills, so I can't confirm those numbers right now. So I paid bills since this budget position, so I can't confirm those totals, I'm sorry.
So, council, are you entertaining at all of this reallocating the 2404 into this ordinance 2405, re-amending?
I don't think we should allocate all of it, maybe portions of it.
Sounds like you guys need time to review the budget, don't you?
But we don't have time
Oh,
unless we want to pay 14.
Because you were told 40 days ago that you were gonna have to do this.
What about the training for the clerk and mayor?
Well, with the, excuse us,
it's right here.
just trying to get a big chunk taken care of, and then use the,
What color was
what
that
Jamie's
ordinance
trying
that you gave us at the last meeting?
I don't remember, but I have one here if you want it.
I've got white.
You need one more? I've got another. Sure.
You need one.
So the 15,504 was previous at the last meeting, how much you wanted to pay them, Barbara, is that correct? 15,504?
Yes.
Yeah. How are we setting on these? Are they still functioning? Can we take some of that money?
We could take 4,000 out that we just transferred in.
And what about well 7? Did well 7 get over, we always go over budget. What's going on with well 7? Are we going over budget on well 7? That's gonna kick us
think we are.
harder.
I think it was 5,000.
5,000 under?
Difference.
Over? Holy shit. So that's 5,000 over budget right there. Well, there's so much. Jamie, he's got a question.
Can we go to the county for this? I mean, can we go to Adams County?
And ask them to pay it for us?
Yeah, help us out here,
Find out what other towns are in the same boat.
both, yeah.
Yeah,
Maybe
that's a good idea.
this is, this is almost like going up the leadership ladder.
Take all of their-
You go to the county goes to the,
It's a good thought.
to the region, then the county goes up to Washington, over to Olympia, so.
Yeah, that's what's never been.
Up with their senator.
Well, it's just a matter of, if we can prove if we can go to the media even and say, the state hit us up from 2008, they want every damn penny that we got in our coffers. Which is wrong. It should have been grandfathered right then and there, we're gonna sort out your problems right here.
Do you have someone else with their hand up?
Yeah, I think going to the county now for this, if we've got this much of a problem coming across here, from wells to paying people their retirement. We went on for the water the other day, that was gonna be $30 extra a month in the water bill. I still have grievances about that, but I would go $10 a month to add on so we can start paying for it. Start raising the cost on non-potable water and stuff like that.
She's
Little
not.
items, but, if you're gonna have infrastructure, you gotta have water. Town's not gonna grow.
Guys, all this, inner conversation, Tommy, right?
Yeah, so I know like right at this point, it would be the fastest way possible, but if we found from the budget, if we amended to take little pieces out of here and there to get a chunk paid to them, could we file and try to find a grant and write a grant that once we get that grant, we can pay off the rest of the budget and put the money back into what we took it out?
Most grants are for like a project. They don't really give you money for screw ups. Unfortunately, it's a nice
It's a
idea.
good job somewhere to that help with
But it's still a good idea.
like a debt, hey, we're kind of under the gun.
Might be able to
Is
get
there
a really
something
low
out
interest
there that
loan or
we could
zero
apply
interest loan.
for to get help with this or something? That was just a thought I had.
It's written down. Barbara is going to contact the county tomorrow. Sir?
I mean, as you guys are talking about an auction, it's not exactly an auction. It's called surplusing the items. And that takes more time than we have.
That takes 6 years.
Oh, it does not.
6 years.
You got
Is that too long?
He's been asking for it for 6 years.
And I created a paper that helps surplus, because you got, everything has to be surplus, has to have a paper trail. You can't, town just can't throw certain things away, there's gotta be a trail. And Denise, you can stop laughing.
I am, because we all know that already.
Apparently you don't.
London has asked for that many
Why don't you shut your mouth and let them have their meeting?
Oh, Mr. Baldwin. Okay. Point
Oh,
taken.
brother.
Okay, and point taken. The surplus list has been given, and thank you so much on the different items that have been added as well, and then it was given. And other things came in front of it. So yes, I am at fault for that. And yes, I can probably work with you again to get that ball rolling again and actually get it accomplished on some of those items.
Just answer
Okay.
that question about trade.
I have a proposal. In order to do this, we would need to make budget amendments, take 10,000 out of the vehicle reserve fund. That would leave it with seven.
Made
Seven, yeah.
14,000 total, Jamie, if you take it out, if you look at the budget.
Don't take all of it out of there, you gotta have something in case of an emergency, right? Out of the vehicle fund. Yeah.
So
And
we were
then-
just 4,000.
And then half of the money that was put into council training, which is 3,000. Half of the money for the park equipment, which is 2,000. That's 15,000, and then take the rest out of miscellaneous expense or administrative expense in the finance page, the first numbers I was asking about.
How about you?
No, we should probably leave that one alone, but, make it a total of 18,000. Because it's already 17,475 and we don't need to go send a payment in and they want more than what we've set aside. So for 18,000, total of 18,000. So that was 10,000 vehicle reserve, 3,000 training for the council, 2,000 for the parks equipment, half of the 4,000. That would be 15, so the other 3 would come out of a combination in the finance lines, miscellaneous expense and administrative expense. That doable? Council?
Yeah, think that's wood, Jamie.
Good job on this one.
Okay.
So at the next meeting, I'll present a different ordinance or redo ordinance 2405. Is that work okay? So we have it in writing and understand what you're,
Yes.
okay.
Thank you.
Okay, so table this to next meeting.
Do we have that much time? I thought we had to pay it right.
Well, the sooner we pay it, the better, but we've already incurred the late fees for this month. And the next council meeting will be in, what,
The 11th?
so yes, if it is approved on the 11th, they can pay it on the 12th and the 13th, within that week, and we'll meet the finance charges for next month.
Okay, council, back to the agenda. The pink sheet. Has been given to you, and I'll read for the audience. I said town council. In April, the well 10 funding was presented to you and discussion followed. The conversation focused on the proposed water rate increase of approximately $28 to ensure coverage for payment of $1.7 million loan being offered by the Department of Health for the construction of a future well 10. After expressing opinions, council tabled any decision at that time. Most recently, when Mr. Remick was at the May 14 council meeting, the council's joint feeling again was expressed that the people couldn't afford an increase in their water rates to support the loan for a new well. All further opinions and discussions led towards not accepting the DOH, or Department of Health, $1.7 million loan, which was expressed to Department of Health when they contacted me periodically to check in on our discussions after the meetings. Thus, the decision from the Department of Health on May 20th, 2024 was to withdraw our application for well number 10, and they will not be funding us in this cycle. The town of Lynn is welcome to reapply during one of the future loan cycles, which will be October through November of 2024. They encourage us to apply to fund this important project for the town. And then I said, I'll keep you posted with any new funding developments. This does not erase the fact that we need to continue to think about a construction of a new well. After thinking positively, being on the positive side, and after well 7 is operating, I hope that it will produce enough water to meet the needs of the town when we have to work on well 8. Conserving water will still need to be done.
And the time of year that you work on well rate would be an important factor too.
Oh, yeah.
In the winter, when there's not as much water usage for the town.
Yeah.
And as far as grants go, mainly when the grant people find out that you've got a $2 million loan, they don't really think you need help. And you don't get as high a scoring through those grant opportunities because you already have all this money put aside. So I know that we let the gentleman that was here know that that's our idea. What are you guys gonna do in the office? Because obviously they don't have a grant writer. And we've always had a grant writer with our other engineering firms. Is it time for the town to look for a different engineering firm that maybe is a little bit larger that can afford to have a grant writer? And somebody that can come and attend meetings a little more often?
Well, the way I understood Mr. Remick is that he himself is not versed at the grant writing, but someone in that Century West office.
I thought he said they don't have a grant writer.
That's what he said. Okay. I know that Samantha with the airport is a grant writer. So there are grant writers, just whatever's division, if that's what you want to say. But yeah, we can put it out there that we're looking for new engineering firms.
Well, I mean, we do it every so many years anyhow. Why don't we put out an RFQ for engineering firms? And they'll come and they'll present at a council meeting.
Yeah,
And
and
tell
we
us-
did that before, and the council had decided to continue with the Century West engineering group. So, but there's
That's been a
all
number of years, right?
Yeah, there's all kinds of hungry engineering firms out there as well now.
Well, when
So-
Stephen was with this engineering firm, he was a go-getter for grants. First time I met him, he took me to a grant thing over in Othello, and he did all the paperwork, and it was fabulous. But not everybody probably has that gusto for doing all the grants and going out in the public and talking to people. So it'd be really nice to see if there is something out there in our, in our area, a bigger company that has a few more employees that would keep us on track with all the funding cycles, because they're all crazy.
Yeah.
So
They never come when you need them.
they're always out there a little ways.
Okay, so that's the news on well 10. Department of Health has withdrawn that 1.7 million. So does everybody understand that council? Okay.
Did I need to make a motion to put out a request for qualifications for engineering firms? Would you like it in a motion?
Only if you want right at this time. You want to wait?
Well, I'd like to see what's out there.
Yeah, I don't.
Okay.
So I move that we put RFQ out for a new engineering firm for the town.
Second.
Okay, it's moved and seconded to begin the RFQs for new engineering firms for the town of Lynn. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
And any opposed? Motion carries. Okay. All right, item C, and I believe, council, it is green. This is a quote received from Trailer Boss, Spokane office, as well as Pasco office. This came out of the Pasco office for the wastewater treatment plant biosolid trailer possibility. Originally it was, I think, 16,000 that I started talking with the gentleman.
Oh.
And so the 6x10 dump trailer, it's new, it's not a used one, it's a new one. The price there you can see with tax, $12,414.60.
Does this have what Vicki had suggested, the automatic cover that pulls to the back?
Cover, I
Yeah.
did not talk anything about cover at this time, because I was just trying to get a piece of equipment to help us with our biosolids.
Well, I know, but
So if.
can you drive it down the road with nothing covering it?
You got a tarp and some tie downs, that's what I was thinking here at the beginning. 'Cause,
Does ecology agree with that?
yeah,
Okay.
Yeah.
To me, it seemed like they had a special rule about that.
Okay, so then, and Mr. Allen is not here. All I could find out from Moses Lake Rental is they don't have any trailers for sale, but they do rent, and it's a 5x10 hydraulic lift, just what we're doing. But it's $140 per day. They don't have anything for sale. The other rental did not answer their phone, so physically I have not gone over there to see. But the Trailer Boss, if you know where King City is in Pasco, it's right across the road from King City.
That's where that tire place is too.
The vehicle account, I think, has $21,209.24, but you adjusted it tonight. So I don't know if you left enough to in the vehicle area to get this trailer.
Well, can we take
Or a trailer.
something from the sewer line, the sewer part of the budget for equipment?
We'd
Make
have
up?
to, yeah, we'd have to look at that and, right, with the different accounts. Sewer is taking a beating because of the biosolid removal that we're having to pay Bartech. And if you were paying attention at the last meeting, we have worked a payment plan with Bartech so that we don't have that $9,400 bang right out of the whatever, so.
Has anybody looked into maybe an auction?
For the equipment?
Yeah. For the trailer?
Flat answer, no.
No.
I'll tell you something real quick. Bookers going down to the Tri-Cities, that area, they have auctions a lot. They get a lot of equipment, so you can go online and look at Bookers. Because they are an auction down there.
There's another one, I think, out toward Moses Lake.
Chuck Yarborough.
Wasn't
The thing that I worry about with used equipment, there's a reason why it's up for auction. A lot of, yeah, and we don't need any more issues, headaches. And the spreader, we can surplus that and get rid of that. What am I looking for, sewer?
Yeah, it's page 13. 12,
Isn't,
13.
didn't the town hold biosolids for 2 years in the pit, and that's why Bartech was so high. Because it absorbed a lot of water and stuff over the 2 years it sat in the pit.
I don't think it's ever been emptied out, to tell you the truth. I wouldn't know that.
Oh, in the whole 6 years you've been here, you don't know if it got emptied out?
No, I'm saying it has not. I don't know if it ever had been taken out, emptied out. Wow.
Well, Bartech used to come and get it.
All the time.
No,
Oh,
no.
So you didn't empty it for 6 years? That's bad.
What truck are we gonna use to pull this?
It's any pickup, any of the pickups. What are we looking for there, Robert? Sewer equipment has $44 in it.
So you want to try it, okay,
The spreader, manure's ready. Right, and there's no permits to do that.
so the vehicle reserve fund has, February, had 21,000.
Aren't you taking some out for the other thing for that?
Yeah, I'm just trying to figure out where we are on the vehicle reserve fund before our transfer tonight.
It's the same.
It's that. Okay. So if we took 10,000 out of that, that leaves us about 11,000. Which will kill that account all the way.
Paula, are the trucks up to par though? I thought we had maintenance issues or, I mean,
There is a newer truck.
and it's up to par to be able to pull a trailer, because I know it's pretty hard on the vehicle to pull a trailer, and especially when it's got.
Yes, we have pull trailers with the newer pickup, all the way from Idaho, wherever you are.
If they do it right after they press, then it's not quite so wet. When they leave it sitting in the pit, then it absorbs rain and snow and stuff.
Okay, I don't remember part.
And don't you need a 3/4 ton at least? I don't know what size our trucks are.
And I don't remember part.
1 ton was recommended or 3/4?
So that's an answer.
Come here and say it out loud so
You have
we
a
can
young
hear.
man who's got a few questions.
Okay.
So we own 2 trucks that are sitting
From there
out
to
in the
the
city
sea.
that have no needs, right? They're dump trucks. Instead of buying a dump trailer, running themselves further in. It's not really there. Can we take some money from something, work on those trucks? If Steven still has a CDL, they're a dump truck. We got 2 of them, he's parked one out there and fill it, haul it, and have another one sitting there ready to fill. Again.
And save the 10,000.
That's a great idea. The yellow dump truck, it's geared really low. It's not exactly a highway vehicle. It's great for around town and short spaces, and it was originally a runway snowplow.
Yeah.
That kind of stuff, but as far as taking it that far on a highway, I don't think that would be a good idea. The other one, when Jim and I walked around and looked at it, there is a crack in the frame, so cracked frame is a no-go on the highway and
So
something needs to be fixed.
Can we see about surplusing those or what we could do and use them?
Yeah.
I mean, I'm sure those trucks are worth some money to somebody.
Mhm.
I mean, construction sites as site trucks or something. I mean,
You
they're doing us no good sitting down there and just rotting out. Yeah.
Good point.
I have another thing to add on top of this, and I don't know, I'm pretty sure it's all considered in, but I just want you guys to be aware that when you do put that biosolid into a trailer, you connected it to a truck, and yeah, the truck and the trailer will have insurance, But does the town have enough insurance if that truck is going down the road and it gets in an accident or something happens to those biosolids, that it's gonna cover that? Because biosolids insurance is outrageous.
It's a hazmat.
And you'd have to pay hazard pay for it.
Yeah. So I'm just saying, when you
They're
wanna look at the
good thoughts.
big bubble.
Good thoughts.
You get a trailer, you got the truck, you might have everything all planned and all ready to go and stuff, but the insurance to haul those biosolids,
Yeah.
it's not cheap.
It's a
Okay,
hazmat.
we will look into that as well, so.
And
it's
maybe
one more
look
step.
into some dump trucks for sale. There's the website that the school districts use, I forget what it's called. But, people are posting vehicles and equipment and stuff from all over the state on that. And you might find something that would be a lot less expensive and maybe doable. And
Okay, in the meantime, while we are looking, we need something yesterday again, because our biosolids are adding up. So what does the council propose in the meantime, or
how much
What-
was it to have them come and pick it up?
the total bill was 9,200 something, I don't have
And was that a full truckload?
4,
4 truckloads?
yeah,
Okay,
plus the drivers, plus the,
so what do we have out there now? If we keep up with it, so we come up with a different, better idea.
we don't have anything out there, we are just pressing, we are collecting, we are making the plant operate.
You used Gary Biddick to haul it.
And Gary Biddick has politely said we need to do our own.
I think that was due to Biotech's request or whatever Bartech request.
Okay.
So,
So is there like one dump truck or one truckload out there? So we could only have one truck come for right now and haul the stuff away and,
I don't know how little or how big that Bartech would have available for us. We can look into that as well. But it was so much, was it $160 or something?
well, for 4 truckloads for $9,000, one truckload should only be about 2,500 at the most.
Well, yeah.
If you round it up or down.
Well, how much
That
is,
part I did not divide it out because I just want to get rid of that bill. But we can do from that.
I'm just talking in the interim.
Yeah. And I don't know when the last time that Stephen pressed. So, once a week.
how much is it to replace the tarp and put it back there so it can hold a little bit more?
They will not allow that.
Well, she told me she would. The lady who came and told you guys to clean it up told me that we could put the tarp back on there.
Thank you for your input, but I'm going with what she told me.
So you're not gonna look into how much a tarp might cost or anything?
There is no way to do another liner. That is what I have been told by the Department of Ecology.
So
We
if I
do
can,
not have that permit, council. We do not have that permit to do that.
so if I can get it from her in writing, can they choose a
Denise,
liner?
thank you, but I am working with them directly, okay? So council, it's an ongoing look for the trailer, for a way to dispose of our biosolids as we press and get rid of. Yeah. That's what I'm gathering. Okay. All right, the other addition amended was D, training. Jamie, that's you.
Yes.
On the agenda, you wish to be training.
We jumped around, I'm still in the budget, sorry. Oh, there's so many lines. Okay. Sorry about that. Okay, I've been in contact with CIAW, and you guys have probably received an invitation from Jessica Temple. They're going to come to the town of Lind on June the 11th at 5:30 and do a public officials roles and responsibility training. I would like that to be mandatory for council, the clerk, and the mayor. And I would like to invite everybody that wants to come. It's going to be an open public meeting because we're all getting together, so it's an open public meeting. And the first hour will be his training, and then the second half hour, he will entertain questions. I imagine from the council first, and then open it up to the public. This man has been doing this training for 14 years, and it's his favorite class to teach, he tells me. So if you haven't already received, council and mayor, the calendar, to add to your calendar from CIAW is supposed to be out. And it's June 11th at 5:30.
And where? Here
Right
at the
there.
church?
Yeah. They said, how about we do it at the office? Just laughed. No, we need some room. So would you please check with the church and make sure that that's not a conflict to come in early? Thank you. So everyone's invited. It's a really good class. I've taken it twice. I'm sure he'll have some new stuff to share with us because things always change, but everybody is more than welcome to come.
Okay, to add to that, when I talked with him also, this will be our commitment to be able to continue being part of the insurance pool for the town's insurance policies.
Yep.
It should be helpful for all of us with the recent turmoil that we've all experienced.
Yep.
So, yes,
Sure will help in a lot of ways.
he contacted me as well and said that he was going to be with you as well, so
He's gonna be with me.
contacting you as well.
Oh,
Okay, so, moving to new business. Okay. Council, it is a little short, full sheet of paper with 2, 3, 4 lines on it. It is to ask for, renewal of the liquor license for Jim's Market at 113 West 2nd Avenue, Lynn, Spirits Retailer. Any objections for renewal? Okay, hearing none, I will let that be known. Item B, new business, Mr. Dorshak to address the council.
At the end.
Okay, I was under the impression. that-
Oh,
that the-
sorry. Sorry. I just went down the list.
are you gonna do the development council during your report?
Mayor's report.
That's what I just didn't see it.
Street sweeper from City of Ritzville is being scheduled. Don't know exactly which day is best for them. We are at their mercy, but before Derby weekend. So that's, hopefully we won't have to run over any cars in the way. ACDC Council, you have a letter and an invoice in your packets for the ACDC 2024 capital campaign. And it's this part, Robert. Yep. Okay.
What is the per capita based on for the 3,000?
It's whatever the population is.
Do you remember how much
I
you
don't
paid last
know
year?
if he explained
He
that
didn't.
here. Okay.
Wasn't it 2,000 last year, Annie?
Do you remember how much was paid for that last year? How much it's gone up?
Yeah, it's gone up 1,000, so, yeah. So anyway, getting back to my thought process here. I'm working with Kyle on a time when he can come to the council meeting and we've tentatively scheduled July 9th. Okay. And he wants you to all realize that he represents all entities of Adams County, not just Othello, not just Ritzville, not just Washington. He has just returned from a conference that was held in Las Vegas and has said, or informed me, that land was the interest of some warehousing companies. So possibilities are out there. Kyle is flexible also to be available if it works out better for us during the daytime hours. Okay, so you guys in a council meeting, or if his schedule works out during the day, whatever he's trying to
Council meeting
accommodate.
works.
That's what I
Council
told him.
meeting idea.
Okay, and he also said that if you're looking on the ACDC website, that should answer some questions that you may have, as well as create some new questions or new thoughts or whatever. So ACDC website. And yes, it was 2,000 last year. I thought his letter, maybe I was reading last year's letter. Okay, so there's that. I will return to the agenda for the Finance Committee.
We did have one on buried and stuff. Anybody want to go about it? So you can.
So what are we're looking at the warrants?
Warrant check register.
Just go and read it, you're gonna be,
Did he provide you guys with any bills at this meeting so you could look at them?
They are welcome to me in the office looking for the
I don't think you
warrants.
can put time restraints on when they could view them, and they should be brought to the meeting.
An estimate as to when the well will be back on.
Wasn't it, the part still get out there 10 weeks? So
Still
the-
10?
No.
Oh, okay.
Isn't that what he said when he was here?
He said July,
Yeah.
not in July.
Well, I thought end of June was July, so.
yeah, that's what he said.
So on the Les Schwab, it says backhoe tire repair. Is that the replacement?
Those are the tires, right?
Yes.
You just probably should say backhoe tire replacements, put in it with a 2, so we know that was for 2 of them in the future, if people like that.
Did you get a call for? Okay, I'm doing it. Right. I move to approve payment of warrants dated from 5/14, 2024 to the 5th, 27th, 2024 in the amount of $45,951. $51. Second.
Okay, it's moved and seconded to approve the warrant register dated 5/14 to 5/27 of 2024 in the dollar amount $45,951.51. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
And any opposed? Motion carries.
Second, I move to approve the pending invoices dated the 5th of the 9th, 2024 through the 5th, 2024 in the amount of $41,754.21.
Second.
Okay, I'd like to change your dates. It's been moved and seconded to approve the pending invoices dated May 9th to June 15th of 2024. The due date. Okay, so whatever he said then, I was wrong. Okay, 5/9 to 5/20. I've never done it that way. Is the dollar amount right? Okay. In the dollar amount of $41,754.21. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Okay, all in favor, say aye.
All right.
And any opposed? Motion carries. All right, comments, concerns from the council? Robert? Okay, Jim?
Not tonight.
Okay. Mike doesn't have anything. Laura? Jamie?
I'd like to make a motion to have the bills available at our meetings from this point forward.
Second.
Okay, it's moved and seconded to have the bills at council meetings. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries.
I didn't get a new treasurer's report at the end of the month.
My bad, I forgot.
Okay, we can just come by again.
At the end of the month or at the beginning?
Usually she does because she doesn't have all
I was working on annual
statements done
report this
at the
month.
beginning.
I was working on an annual report this month, and the treasurer's report was done, and I just forgot to make copies.
Okay. And then,
It's understandable.
how often do you give the council an updated budget?
At the beginning of every month.
Just once a month? Okay. And if we wanted to come in, we could come in and get one, would we have to wait 5 days and do a public records request?
For a budget position?
You're asking for a complete all pages, or you always get the last sheet?
No, I'm talking about an entire budget to look through and see how much we spent out of the line items and keep an eye on different areas. That's what our job is oversight.
You can come in and get one of those anytime.
I'm not gonna have to wait 5 days and fill out a public records request.
For accounting purposes, it might be nice to have the sheet written out, just so that we know what's going out.
Are you gonna charge me for it?
The sheet.
No, for the budget.
Okay, so there's nothing.
No one signed up.
Okay.
Oh, but Mr. Dorshak had something to say. He was on the agenda.
Today,
or the other to be just transcribed verbatim into the minutes. Councilmember Robert Duke, your comment that the town of Lynn is broke is inaccurate. According to the May 16, 2024 budget position, the revenue fund still retains sufficient funds for town operations. Your statement that the government will step in if we run out of water is also inaccurate. The town of Lynn will be responsible for providing water, drinking water to the town residents. Application will need to be made to the State Department of Health. Then the long process of obtaining water for the town will begin. I have contacted the town hall office, and our daily usage of potable water based on the 2023 year is 94,177 gallons per month. Your statement that the town council works for all the town residents and is responsible for them is correct. Town Clerk Barbara Pence, may I ask when the council packets of documents are available?
Every Friday before noon, prior to a council meeting.
Thank you. This gives each council member 48 hours to view their documents. Then if they have any concerns on these or other documents, they have 8 hours on Monday or Tuesday at Town Hall to get their answers. The rules of protocol document for Lynn council members is signed and acknowledges as having been read and understood. Section 14.1 in part says, Code of Ethics. All council members have an obligation to attend meetings and to be prepared. It is to be expected that council members will review materials, participate in discussions, make informed decisions on the merits of an issue. Elected officials understand that they shall accept responsibility for their actions and are accountable and responsible for their own personal code of ethics. In addition, council members shall set aside politics, partisanship, and personalities and hold each other accountable to ensure adherence to this handbook by the council as a whole. All council members have an obligation to the public and to each other to possess and practice integrity, objectivity, professional competence, confidentiality, and professional behavior. That being said, council members Schmunk and Wiederman, I have not seen you adhering to these provisions of that document in your actions at council meetings. Your statement that you would like a normal working relationship between you and the mayor is belied by your degrading and belittling the duly elected mayor.
Excuse me, I think this is a little out of line.
I do not see that happening.
I think it's out of line
I have
too.
detailed
I agree.
resources for
Excuse
you
me.
to
We
use
voted
in performing your
Mr.
duties
Dworshak
as
out
a
because
council
he
member.
did not represent the people.
Excuse me.
at all.
You didn't uphold to any of those
Please do
standards
so.
either.
Ladies,
I don't care.
everyone has a chance to speak, correct?
He
So
was gonna get that.
here is his chance to speak.
We voted him out because he
Well,
did not
he's a
represent
citizen
the
now,
people.
just like you.
He knows we voted him out.
So, Mr. Dorshak, are you done?
I think you need to look at the mirror.
Motion's been made to adjourn. All right, we are adjourned, thank you.
That's why he got voted out. Oh, excuse me, I didn't know I was supposed to talk after the meeting.